The whole world heard about the death of Queen Elizabeth, but very few know her exact cause of death. Here's why you shouldn't expect to find out anytime soon. On the morning of September 8, 2022, signs that things were awry regarding Queen Elizabeth's health began at around noon London time, when, according to NDTV, Senior Minister Nadhim Zahawi exited the House of Commons and returned to pass a note to Prime Minister Liz Truss. About half an hour later, Buckingham Palace issued a statement confirming that doctors were concerned for the Queen and that she'd been advised to remain under medical supervision at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. As senior members of the royal family made their way to Balmoral to be with the Queen, the British public began to expect the worst. At 6:30 p.m. local time, Buckingham Palace formally announced her death. A spokesperson for the new British Prime Minister told the press that Truss was made aware of the Queen's death at 4:30 p.m., according to New Statesman Deputy Political Editor Rachel Weirmouth. Truss gave remarks from outside her office at number 10 Downing Street at just after 7 p.m. that evening.
Queen Elizabeth II was the rock on which modern Britain was built.
Other than that she died peacefully at one of her favorite places in the world, few details about how the Queen passed have been officially revealed. Bustle notes that Buckingham Palace has been famously private about Queen Elizabeth's health over the years. That trend is likely to continue. Notably, Prince Philip's cause of death was also never revealed. According to 7 News Australia, his death certificate stated he simply died of old age. Before her death, it was widely reported that the Queen was dealing with mobility issues, which prevented her from performing various royal duties. She only made a few brief appearances during her Platinum Jubilee celebration weekend in June. As The Guardian reported, 2 days before the Queen's death, her health issues prevented her from traveling to Buckingham Palace to greet the new Prime Minister. Truss traveled to Balmoral to meet the Queen instead. There's always the possibility that someone within the royal family organization may decide to share what caused the Queen's death, but for now, all people can do is speculate. According to news.com.au, some medical experts have suggested that she may have been dealing with geriatric syndrome, a mix of symptoms that occur in old age. Dr. Deb Cohen-Jones told the Daily Mail that the Queen's apparently bruised hands suggested that the former monarch may have had peripheral vascular disease. Cohen-Jones explained, "It's a blood circulation disorder that causes the blood vessels outside your heart and brain to narrow, block, or spasm. It can sometimes result in heart failure and can be a sign of multi-organ failure." On the Australian morning show Sunrise, Dr. Ginny Mansberg, a general practitioner and TV personality, said Queen Elizabeth could have died from a stroke or heart attack, but she also theorized that the death of her husband, Prince Philip, last year had an impact.
Statistically, the number of partners who die within 12 months of losing a partner, that is a very high-risk time.
Dr. Mansberg added, "Grief puts additional strain on the body, and it's really hard to lose somebody to who you've been married for that long." Royal biographer Lady Colin Campbell, however, alleged that the Queen had been diagnosed with a serious illness.
She was fortunate enough to have the lesser of the forms of bone cancer.
Buckingham Palace has not commented on Campbell's statements.